Hello, traders. Welcome. It's another week of trading. I hope you're doing well and you had a great weekend. I had a good weekend, and I hope you also did. All right, let's start with the dollar as usual. Give me 1 second. Your team lost. Oh man, you should be playing so that your team doesn't lose. What team did? What team? Is it football or basketball? Oh, football. Ah, man. Sorry, mate. Sorry. That's the game. You can't win all of them. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. That's the game, man. Don't worry about it. They're gonna win next week. And then you're gonna be happy. Alright? Okay, let's do some trading this week. This week is going to be, we're gonna be very, very cautious in, just like trading. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. So yeah, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, just like in trading. All right. So this week, like I did mention on Friday, lots of things, lots of pairs that went in like a really one way, because we had the entire week last week, dollar went straight up. Yeah, so we had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every single day going up. Right. So because of that, most of the pairs are overextended. Yeah, they are overextended. Therefore, price is gonna do a pullback. Yeah, price is gonna do like a pullback. So this week you need to be really careful going in. I know some of you might have been stung already by some of the pairs, and I've warned you in advance. Okay, we're gonna get some really pullbacks, so just be careful. All right. So starting with the dollar, we did get the 94.60. I think we went to the exact level, even though I rounded it down to 94.59. The actual level was, I think, 94.65, if my memory serves me right. Let's go back to the daily and then see the actual level. So the actual level was, the actual level was 94.60. Yeah, 94.60. So it's not far off. Okay, so we're gonna get pullback. We do have this lower gap and the previous level, which is the 94.10. So that's where I'm looking at price to just pause and then reject and go higher. That's why I'm saying be cautious, because as you can see today, we've had price to push down. Yeah, we've had price to push down. We've got price to push down into the down candle that has formed at the 94.10. Okay, so we might get price to reject and go higher from here. Maybe it might not continue going higher, but it might stay sideways at the 50 level. The 50 level is the main target, which is this one here, and the origin, which is down here. The middle of it is that 50 level I'm talking about. So we might get price to push back up and then stay in that range. Okay, so be careful trying to catch any trade going in between today and Wednesday. Hopefully by Wednesday, probably price will reject this whole move to the downside and then continue going up. So the level to consider is this high here. Once you breach that high, you should look at 95.50. Okay, so the level to consider right now is this high. Let's get rid of this box and draw a line here. So once you trade above this level, the level to consider is 94.50, and we might get that probably this week once you trade above that high. Another thing that you can also do is look at this down candle here. I'm looking at this as a run on stops and then a possible rejection and a continuation to the upside. So as price has now run this low and rejecting, I want to see them come all the way up above this down candle, and then this down candle will provide support for a continuation to the upside. Okay, because it failed, they broke through it. So as it's coming back up, once we close above it, it should act as support and send price higher. So that's the level I'll be watching in that one. So once you close above this, I will start positioning myself for price to break this high. Okay, once we close above this down candle, I will start positioning myself. Let's change this to a different color. Okay, so once you trade above that down candle, I'll start positioning myself for price to go higher. All right, and you should do the same because we are bullish. Don't look for this as a reversal, right? Don't look at it as a reversal because the dollar on the daily is bullish. Okay, with that said, on euro, on the daily we are still bearish, but on the 1 hour we do have this equal high, and there's a, you can see this mini drawing that I've got here, that mini box. That mini box I've got there, that's a gap on the daily. And that's a mini gap on the daily. So what I'm looking for is a run above that high. Yeah, price should run this equal high and then reject. That's what I'm looking for. So going into, maybe they can do it today or they'll do it tomorrow, it doesn't matter, but that's what I'm looking for upside movement. So I want them to run this kind of this equal high and then reject, and then once they reject, I'll start looking for continuation to the downside. So going back onto the 4 hour, it looks like this. Okay, this high, I want to see them run, hit, and then reject and start coming back lower. So on the lower time frame, you can look for breaks in structure on 15 minutes, on 1 hour, depending on which time frame you use. You can start looking for that, and then once you see that break in structure, you can start going in and looking for a sell. I like the fact that they've left a consolidation in here prior to moving higher. Okay, I like this. The fact that they didn't leave there on like a small swing low and then go up, but they left consolidation, just like here. Okay, they left this consolidation and then drove down, and they're coming back for it. Same thing, that they've left consolidation here and then driving up. So I'll be looking for a rejection and then price coming back to trade below this equal lows in here, and then this level that is coming from the high time frame. All right, so I'll be looking for a continuation to the downside on euro. Yeah, I'm not interested in this up movement because that is the that's the fake move to the upside for the beginning of the week. So don't buy into that one. So what I would suggest is you have this level on your chart. There is another one in here. Okay, so if we do breach above that high, I'm not still gonna go long. I'm gonna wait to see how far they're gonna take it up, and then the rejection, I'll look for a continuation to the downside. Okay. On pound, however, they have come into this range between this high and that low. So I'm already looking for a move back down. Okay, I'm already looking for a move back down. Now my concern is, are they going to run this and then reject? That's what I'm looking for right now. I want to see some form of a, I don't like this up candle here, and again they didn't hit this last down candle prior to going down again. That's the last down candle taking us up. They didn't hit that one. Okay, so what I'm anticipating is maybe they're gonna run this high, hit that, and then reject, and then we see a continuation to the downside. So this could be like a run on stops, rejection, and then a continuation to the downside into this level here. So again, on this pair, that's what I'm anticipating and I'm watching closely. This morning's run is just lots of manipulation going on. Okay, and the 15 minutes, you can see we've still not even broken down anywhere, so it's still bullish. We might get, I personally think they might run this equal high or consolidation area, hit this level, and then reject for the rest of the week. So that's what I'll be monitoring going in this week. So between today and Wednesday, that's where I'll be anticipating this to form. So I'm not touching this for now, and I'll wait till it actually forms and gives me what I'm looking for before I go in. Let's go back to the 4-hour. I could be wrong. They could hit this and then send it all the way back down, and that's fine. Okay, if they hit this last up candle, reject, and continue going down, that's fine. But I just look at this equal high and I'm thinking, okay, if we have equal high here, it's the beginning of the week. Okay, they could run that and still be okay to go down, or they could hit this and continue to go down. Which one do I prefer? Well, as price is going up, I didn't see any meaningful level that could break for me to consider a trade, because I don't want to be selling short as price is coming up like this, especially at the beginning of the week. If we do get something like this, then yes, I will sell it there for continuation to the downside. But as it is right now, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, as it is right now, I'm not gonna do that unless they provide me reasons that they want to go down. And if they do this, then yes, I'll be interested in selling short for a continuation to the downside. But right now, no. So I want to see price hit a level and break down, and I don't see any breakdown yet, therefore I'm not gonna touch it. New Zealand dollar. Let's go back to the daily. I'm still looking for a run below this low into this low gap. Yeah, and then I'm also watching this as a potential target. So this week I'm still bearish. I'm looking for entry to continue going down. This as my first target, or these two as first target, and then ultimately I run below these equal lows here. Now on the 4-hour, we are still bearish. We've not changed. Yeah, we have a swing high in here, a swing low in here, and I think we went to 50% on Friday. Yeah, and then we rejected. So again, it's Monday, start of the week. We want to weigh the market and see what it wants to do. And like I did mention on Friday, we've had this move to the downside. So once this is completed, you want to be patient and wait to see what price is going to do. Because if you do jump into a sell, you might get run. And if you jump into a buy, they might run you out. So you be patient and wait for the market to kind of trade for at least Monday and Tuesday to give you a feel of what it wants to do for the rest of the week, right? So right now, if you're trying to buy, you might get clipped, and if you're trying to sell, you might get clipped. So what you want to do is have a direction bias, which is for me to the downside, and then look for what you want to see before you get into the trade. So what I want to see is either they run up, break down, and then as they break down, I'll look for a continuation to the downside, or if they start breaking down. So right now, if they do break this low, then I'll start looking for sales to come back and take out that low and that low into this level. But as long as this low is intact, I am just watching it. Okay, ideally I want them to take out this high into this low gap. Now that low gap on the daily is a previous right there. Drop back down to the 4-hour, hourly there. So that's a previous low, right, sitting right there. So maybe they can send it up, wick, and then reject, and then continue going lower. That's something I'm considering. That's something I'm watching. Okay, so again, I'm on the sidelines watching. So all the dollar pairs, I'm on the sidelines watching. Same thing with Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, I did have this level going in Friday. Friday when we broke down here, I wanted to go short, but price never pulled back. Yeah, right in here. I wanted to go short, but price never pulled back. I actually did go short, but I felt like I was chasing price, and then I closed it, and then it did this. But I wanted just a pullback to hit that level before the continuation to the downside. And then today, when market opened, it did go there and then gave this small reaction to the downside. And then we've come above it. So again, because today is Monday, that's why it's so unpredictable, because price is trying to find, or I think institutions or smart money is trying to find or figure out what they're going to do for the week. Yeah, so a whole new week, a whole new perspective. So again, on this pair, I'm gonna be patient and wait and see what they do. On the daily time frame, daily time frame, I have these equal highs in here. Okay, so that equal high could be run. This equal high could be run, and then followed by a rejection, and then a continuation to the downside. So that's something I'm watching for this week. I want to see price run up here, reject, break down, give me something like this on the lower time frame after running this equal high. and then I will go in looking for a potential trade back down. Okay, on the downside, based on the weekly, there's nothing really in here for me to consider price coming there to stop, apart from this level here. That is coming from the monthly level. Okay, it's a previous month last up candle. Previous month doesn't mean last month. It means that any month prior to this month. So you can see where I've got this level. So that was the high of that candle, and then the open of that candle. That's where price is being supported right now. Okay, and it's because it's a monthly level, is giving a really decent bounce. Yeah, that's where these two bounces are coming from. Okay, so I would like to see what I've just outlined here. Run this, reject before I'll go in, because we are coming from a high time frame level monthly. So at least liquidity above this, I could attack that and break that to continue going lower. Based on the daily, we could see price come and take out this down candle's low. Okay, so that would be another target on the downside here. And if you pull your fib from this low to that high, that will give you a good level to anticipate. Let's change this to, let's see. Okay, that's a good level to anticipate. That's the 70.5 level. I like the 70.5 level anytime we go in a form of a retracement, because that level is like is golden. Okay, in any retracement, 70.5, if you're bullish on the time frame that you're trading and it retraces to that 70.5 level, that is golden level for me. Okay, so if you do come back down there, then I'll start looking for reasons to anticipate maybe a pullback inside this range between this high and whatever low that forms there. So again, nothing tradable right now on this pair. Dollar yen, I still have my upside objective as 105.82, and we are consolidating. We do have equal high sitting right here, at this last up candle. I think that's what is holding price for now. Okay, that last up candle is holding price for now, but I think we might jump above it. That's my belief, because the dollar is still bullish, so we might go above it. I don't see anything right now that could send us above. Let's drop down to the lower time frame. We do have this equal high. It looks like we're gonna make an attempt for this equal high from this rally happening right now. Yeah, it looks like they want to come up here. At least for now, this level is looking like it's gonna get a hit. Yeah, that level is looking like they're gonna hit that, and then this equal high, and then after that equal high, we have that 105.82 level just sitting right there. If they trade above this down candle, I think that level is next. Okay, so if they trade above this down candle, you can shield yourself or stop below this, and then target these two up, this level, that level, and that as potential upside objectives for today, as a Monday practice. Okay, not a real trade, but practice on your demo account. All right, and that's all for now on this pair. That's my last target I'm watching on this particular pair. We could go higher, especially after taking out this low. We could go higher with bullishness in the dollar to take out, you can see this, that's all stops sitting above them. We do have this high, that stops. All this is looking like, okay, that it's just stops sitting above them. Okay, it's not like this. Okay, if it was like this, then I'll say it's not going to be possible. But because it's all like a downtrend, okay, so downtrend, you're gonna get punished. Okay, anyone thinking this is a downtrend and it's gonna hit this and then continue going down, they might get punished, especially after taking out this low. Okay, so once you come above this high, for the short term I'll be done, but for long term I might look for price to come up in here and then at least to this candle here. I know you might sound a bit way far too off, but it's possible. Okay, it's possible with the bullishness in dollar. This is possible. So if we do breach that high, just this one here, I think I'll be bullish to come up in here. Okay, if we break above this high, or if we close above this, I'll be bullish to come up into that last up candle. So that is going into October, November trading, because September is almost done. So that's going into October. That's where I'll be targeting for October on the upside. Dollar sways. I think I do. Give me a second. Let me see. Okay, I have my levels on. Now I think I've deleted them. I did have some levels on the chart and did some session yesterday, so I might have deleted them. Okay, so on this pair, I'm still looking for price to come to the last up candle on the daily with a low gap in here. Okay, that's what I'm looking for price to come to for now. We do have a small mini gap here. That price could dip in and then rejection, and then we continue going higher. I don't believe you're gonna go extremely to the downside. We do have this down candle right here, okay, which is sitting just inside the gap. So that's where I'll probably be watching for this week for a possible trade going into maybe Wednesday or tomorrow, if we do get price to come back all the way down there. So I like this level for a continuation to the upside. So far this is the only thing I've seen that is interesting. Okay, so on dollar Swiss, that's the only level I've seen that looks interesting. Okay, this down candle here, the low gap sitting inside a daily gap as well. So I'll fancy myself a continuation to the upside to the last up candle on the daily, and I'll take something off right above this high. Okay, so let's draw them properly. So this would be just below this as my entry, so that would be a blue, and my stop would be here, that'd be a red. Okay, and then my first target and then last target there. Not so much of different targets on this one. Maybe if you want to be safe, then take something off after this high is taken, and then it becomes a risk-free trade. So once we hit this and reject and go higher, you take something off at this level, so you have a risk-free trade, and then you let the rest run. Dollar CAD, I still think we're gonna come up in here. That's the upside objective. I think we're still gonna come up there. Okay, so that's something I'm watching today and tomorrow. I want to see how they leave this area of consolidation. They're trying to close above this last up candle. Okay, that's where we are stuck now. So price is doing back and forth on the lower time frame. That's how it looks like. So we might get some. This is what I looked over the weekend. I wanted price to close above this level. So over the weekend, as I was doing my analysis, I want to see price close above this, and once I get that, then it's not far off from the target anyway. So once we see price close above this, then I can start anticipating price to run for this level. However, on the lower time frame, okay, if we do run anything on the downside and reject, so for example, we come down here and then run this low, and then we see a rejection, you can start buying from down here for a continuation to the upside. All right. If not, then I think you're just gonna keep going back and forth inside this little box or this little area here. I'll also be interested in this level. Okay, the reason being, this is an area of consolidation. Yeah, that's an area of consolidation, and just above that we have this last up candle where price failed to rebalance everything. Okay, price went up and didn't rebalance to this last up candle. So we could potentially see price go above there and then hit this. Okay, so that's also another level I'll be watching on the upside as potential upside objective. So I'm watching possible run on stops, rejection, and then a continuation to the upside. Next one, Euro Pound. Euro Pound has got to my target, which was here, even though I was not in it, because I did close my trades on Friday, which sometimes is good, sometimes it's not, but it is what it is. But they've come for this level, and they've come to this high here, which is the daily last up candle. Price this move down. That's what this level is there for. Okay, they fell shy to hit it, but it could have hit it from different brokers. On my one, it didn't. And then we've seen price rejecting. I personally think we might be pushing back up again on this pair, because the daily is actually still bullish until we run this low. Okay. Another thing I'm thinking about is this could be a trap. They could have just sent this up to take out this high and then completely die off and come back, take this low, and then take out this low. Okay, so that's something I'm watching to see which side they want to take it. Now there's so many things to be considered in terms of fundamentals and what's going on right now with this COVID-19 stuff, and what is going on in the UK. They have made an announcement to lock down again, so that could affect the pound. So if that would be the case, then I think right? I think they might want to send it back up because we are bullish. But if euro is worse than us, then we might see price come back down here. But for now, I go with the narrative in play, which is we are bullish. So I'm gonna be bullish until it changes its mind to go bearish. So on the lower time frame, i.e. the 1 hour and the 4 hour, we can see price is rejecting. Okay, so I want to see a break in maybe a swing high. Our last swing high is always all the way up here, so not a great one, but we do have this equal high sitting there. We do have this equal high also, so there is so many liquidity on the upside because people are short right now. Yeah, that equal high and that equal high, a lot of people are short right now, so it would be fun to turn around because price has done what it needs to do. This was the level I was looking for price to run. It has done that, and it has hit a previous swing high on the daily, so that could act as support and then send us back up in here. But they dropped too quick for me to look for any break, because usually I like them to leave like a short-term high in here and then break it. It didn't do that. Okay, even on the 15 minutes, it's not there. So it's a matter of trusting what you're seeing, that it's possible that we can come back up and take out this high. So right now on this pair, the move to the downside is done. Now, for the move to the upside to be possible, they need to break a high for me to see, and I don't currently have any high. Yeah, the last high would be somewhere in here. So until we get a break above that high, I will still consider that they want to continue going down. Yeah, I'll still consider that they want to continue going down. So I'll stay with this. Okay, on the lower time frame, I will stay with this until we break above that high. Once we break above that high, then I'll start looking for reasons for them to come up in here. You can hear Ken in the background doing his thing. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for on this pair for now. Okay, so we might get, if you look on the daily, on the 4 hour, this is a level that might hold price. Yeah, this is a level that might hold price, and that's what I want to see them go above, which is on the lower time frame, on the hourly, this high in here. If they're able to come all the way up deep inside this, then I don't think we might be going back down. Okay, this level is high probability. It's the last down candle prior to all this run to the upside, and they've managed now to break it. So it could hold price and send us back down. For longs, okay, on this pair, some of you might think, holy crap, that's 618, that's a golden level. No, it's not. Sometimes it's a trap that they might hit it, go up, come back and take that one. So I'm not super excited about this rejection. The one I'm always super excited is on the 70.5. okay, so you see I've got 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the level I want to see them come for, and then I can consider a long. Okay, that's the level. If I want to buy this pair right now, I would not be interested in buying there. I'd be interested in buying here, because this will be very low, very cheap, and those who understand price, that's where they will be willing to be a buyer. They're either here or just below this level. That's where they will be willing to buy. Anyone who did try to catch this long, okay, will now start thinking different, because price might reject and then start coming back down, and then they will be confused why it's doing so. And the reason why it's doing so is because of this down candle. They've managed to break it. If you are, let's say, a hedge fund, and then you bought here, and then price went up, and then you didn't take profit, and the price has now come all the way back down, and it's broken to the downside, you have no stop loss because you don't trade with a stop loss. Okay, and price has broken to the downside, right? It's offering you an opportunity to get out. Would you still buy, or are you going to get out of your trade and actually sell? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. A hedge fund bought here. He lives next door to my house. They bought here, and then they didn't take profit. Price has now come back down and gone below where they bought, and then now price is offering them to get out. So they're going to get out and then either sell or stay on the sideline until price comes above it, and then they'll consider a buy again. And that's what I'm saying. Okay, so you can literally sell short with this down candle with a stop above it and a continuation to the downside to the level that I've marked up here. Okay, that is something that you can consider. Or you can say, okay, I'm just gonna wait for price to get here and I'm gonna look for a buy. Yeah, it's entirely up to you. So we might get a rejection here, price continue to go down. Here, price hits it and then rejection, and then we see price coming back up. Alright, that's a long way of actually showing what I'm looking for, but at least you understand. On Aussie New Zealand, that's the level I'm watching, the 70.5. The weekly is bullish. Yeah, the weekly is bullish, so we're just coming back down for retracement to continue going higher. So let me put the level there again. Okay, the 70.5 level, that's where I'm watching. Between 70.5 and then 79, inside there is a down candle, this one. That's where I want to see price come back down, reject, and then I'll be interested in a buy. Last week we did catch a very beautiful short. It's a very, very beautiful. Is that even a word? Very beautiful short. We shorted up in here. Yeah, and our target was to the pip here, and then there. Yeah, so last week that was our trade on this pair. Short here, target there, and there. And then we actually got a second entry on the hourly, on the 15 minutes. On Thursday. So on Thursday we also caught another sell right in here. Yeah, right in there we caught another sell to continue going lower. So that was two beautiful trades for the week. One as a swing trade here, or short-term trade, and then this one was a mini day trade. We didn't get the entire move one day, and then on Friday we had this move to the downside. So this week I still think we might get price to come back down into get rid of that. I still think we might get a run back down because they've left this equal low. They might come back down, break that, reject, and then start going high again. So that's what I'm anticipating. Going into, not this week, I'm not anticipating that this week. I'm anticipating that bullish move next week. So you can have this on your chart. This. So I'm expecting that to happen from next week, Monday, going forward. So for this week, I'll just watch it and see how they manipulate price and then come back down. So between this high and that low, let's go into the daily. Between this high and this low, I want to see how they trade inside there and then manipulate it back down to take out this low before rejecting to go higher. So watch this high and that low because that's your current trading range. Price is gonna go back and forth inside here, and then I think they will manipulate it to the downside with maybe 3 down candles again. So Monday, Tuesday, they might take it into this range. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, they might take it inside this range. This last up candle here, they can take it all the way up here. So in the lower time frame, that's how it looks like. They can take it all the way up there and then reject, come back all the way down, and then next week begin that up movement that I'm expecting on this pair. Okay, so if we do get price to come all the way up and reject, I'll look for a sell to come back down, and then next week I'll look for a buy to now go back up. They do have, if we drop down to the hourly, I want you to see how beautiful this equal highs looks like. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 all laid nicely. Price failed to hit this last up candle, so again that could be another trap. Okay, so run this equal high, run this high, hit this, reject, and then continue going lower on Wednesday or Thursday. That will be a very nice trade if we get this, and then next week we go in looking for a buy. So this is one of the pairs that I personally look at all the time. So I'll be hawking this. I'll be looking like this, like a hawk. All right. So that's my personal baby pair that I watch. Euro New Zealand, we have, let's see what we've got in here. I think we've entered into some form of a range trading. Yeah, we've entered into some form of a range trading where we've taken these lows and then rejected and come above here, taking that and then rejected. So we are range bound. Okay, we are range bound. So inside there, that's your trading range. So what you can do is sell up here and then look for downside objective, as long as we are in this trading range. Okay, if we close above this high here, If we close above this high, I think we'll be coming to close in some of this range. So first target would be somewhere this candle's low, and then this last up candle here. Okay, so if we trade above, or if we close above this high, then this will be upside objectives, and then potentially we have this high and that high, so another equal high sitting right there. But if we don't, on the lower time frame, we could be coming back down inside here. I think Friday, that was my target on Friday on a sell. I didn't trade it, but I just watching it from here to come back into this low gap. And also we do have this equal low in here, so I'm watching that as well going into this week. This is your okay, this is your line in the sand. If you trade above this high, then look for targets on the upside. Okay, but if we come back down and take out this low, okay, we take out this low, then look for this equal low to be tagged. The level I'm interested in for a buy is sitting right here. That is the level I'm interested in a buy. Okay, so it's sitting right below those equal lows. That's where I'm interested in a buy. Liquidity, equal low, run that, hit this, and then rejection and go higher. For a sell, right now I don't see anything because it's just a bit muddy. So once you trade below these lows, then I'll be interested in selling short. But for now, I'm not interested in anything. Okay, because they could send it higher and they could send it lower. I don't like to be in that position. I only want to be in a position where it's one-sided. So one-sided means that price is going to go up, and I know it's going to go up, so I trade that. Or I know price is going to go down, then I trade that. For now, it can go up or down, and I don't want to be in that situation. Okay, so that down candle sitting there beautifully after running that stop. That's why I'm interested in the buy. You're Aussie. Go. They've run that. They've run that. Let me draw. That's equal highs for you. Okay, this highs and that high, that's equal high. They've run that and then rejected. On the lower time frame, they've started making some mini trend. Okay, 4-hour breakdown, comes back, breaks down, comes back up. So ideally we're looking for price to go down, but this could be one of these retail patterns. I think they call it a bull flag, something like that. It could be a bull flag, and then price will just ultimately rip back up again. Okay, going into the month of October, I am bullish on Aussie. Yeah, I'm bullish on Aussie, so I wouldn't want to see an up movement. If they do go up, I'll be suspicious that they want to come back and clip out all those who are trying to go short. So this is something that I'll be watching for going into next week, not this week. Something like this, and then I'll start selling short again for a continuation to the downside. All right, and we do have the last up candle. Now if you do your high time frame analysis properly, you can see that before we will be bullish, we need to break above this high, and we've not even come there yet. We actually have. Okay, that's that up candle. We need to break it for us to be bullish on this pair. As long as we are still below, we are bearish. Okay, we are sideways. So if we are going to go up, we need to break this high. In my opinion, I don't think that's going to happen now. I personally think it's not going to happen now, because we are entering into a season where this pair just continue to erode to the downside. And if you want to see why, this is why. So in October, we moved to the downside. In October, okay, we move to the downside. In October again, where is it? Yeah, in October, this year we went up. Let's go back in time. In October, we moved to the downside. So you can see that every October, price just dies off on this pair. Okay, let's see one more time. See, I'm not chatting. I'm not talking from experience. So you can see in October we do move to the downside, and we do have a protraction or a fake move to the upside. That's what I'm anticipating. Yeah, that's what I'm anticipating. We are almost at the end of the month, so they could do that and then reject and then continue to go lower. We do have these equal lows laid out very nicely. All these lows, I think I can extend that to there. All these lows is just staring at our face. Okay, so all these lows could be tagged. All right, so going into October, that's my target on the downside. Okay, going into October, that's my personal target. I'm looking for price to run these lows. Okay, so for this week, I think this week I'm gonna do less. I'm gonna just hold on to most of what I'm gonna do, and then see everything for next week. Again, this week we have NFP, so you want to be, let's go and check this week. Yeah, on Friday we have NFP, so that's also another game changer that you need to be aware of. So don't just go in and start shooting trades. Okay, because this week is NFP, there will be a lot of manipulation. All right, there will be a lot of manipulation. So it's if you made a lot of profit last week, the best thing to do is this week just chill out. Okay, that's if you made a lot of profit last week. This week just watch price. Okay, and then if something that is very, very undeniable, very clear on the chart, you can see it, you can smell that this is a win, then you take it. Okay, only take something that you can feel that this trade is going to be a win. Yeah, then you take that particular trade. If not, then I'll say steady price for this week, and then next week you put in all your risk, because next week is going to be great. Yeah, just like last week, next week is going to be something of that sort. But this week is just a lot of manipulation, preparing for what we should see next week. Okay, so on this pair, I'll be suspecting they want to come and take out these highs and then reject, because people have started selling already, and their stop loss will be building above these highs. So I want to see this. That's what I'm anticipating. Yeah, that's what I'm anticipating for now. So I'm watching this. Okay, I'm gonna leave this on there, and if it does happen, I'm gonna say IT said he was looking for this. Right? Pound Aussie, Pound Aussie. Another tricky one. Let's go back in time. Where is it? That is October. That's October. Yeah. From September, October. Let's go back in time. From September, October. Let's go back in time. Right, September, October. Okay, we push higher. Let's go back in time. This year we went down. That's one of those years. But October we went up again. The last one, October, we went up. So this is opposite of the Euro Aussie. I think there's a shift. There's a shift in delivery of price between the Pound Aussie and the Euro Aussie. So this pair is actually gonna shoot up, whilst this pair is gonna shoot down. So that is weakness in Euro and strength in Pound. Okay, so if we do break above this consolidation, which I'm suspecting, okay, so this consolidation, I'm anticipating. This is what I think is happening, but it's on a daily time frame. Rejection. This is a manipulation. The cane is just one of, I think when I was a child, maybe that's how I was. So he picked it up from me. Maybe, I'm not sure. But this consolidation, manipulation, expansion could be, okay, consolidation, manipulation, expansion. Could be something of that sort. Okay, so for now, I want to see a close above the weekly. This one here. I want to see a close above that. Actually, this one. That's the last up candle inside this whole consolidation. So I want to see a close above that. Okay, once we close above it, now I've not shared this in public, but I'm gonna just do this, and then you see where I'll be targeting. Okay, if we close above that, I'll be targeting this last up candle, this last down candle here, and this last up candle right there. Right, so if you close above this, these are my two upside objectives. So going back to the daily, That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so this consolidation and this move to the downside, I'm viewing all this as potential manipulation. Yeah, all this down move as potential manipulation. They needed to put, or they wanted to buy more. Okay, but because because of the amount of orders that they have, they couldn't place it to continue price, so they had to send it down. So as they were sending it down, people will be selling, and then they'll be buying, and then once they've bought enough, then price goes up. Okay, so if we do get a close above this level, which is the weekly, I think we will see these two upside objectives. Okay, so for now, again, this week, very wait, because we want to wait and see what price wants to do. Okay, we did get, or I did share some insights as price was coming up in here. Maybe you're not part of our community, but we started buying from here and looking for price to trade above this and price to trade above that one. Okay, and we've got all of that, but for now we are at very high price. We do have equal high sitting in here. That is looking more or less going to be tagged. Okay, so for the short term basis, this is what you can do. So for the short term basis, you can buy this down candle and aim for that equal highs. Okay, and then you're gonna leave some on and see if what I'm outlining here is true. Then you could be in for something like this and something like that. Okay, but for now, this is what you're gonna aim for. Okay, you're gonna aim for this, and then you're gonna leave a piece on and see if what I'm outlining is true. Then that's something that is potentially going to be there. Okay, so that's what I have right now here. Oh. So this is what I have now on this chart. So I only have this one here and that one as potential trades. The rest, I don't see anything on there. Pound, New Zealand, same thing. So they are brothers or partners in crime. So that down candle there, and then you're looking for price to come up in here. We want to see a break above this high, so price to come back in here. Right there, that's the last up candle, so we want to see price come back there. Now there's two things that you always look for. One is gonna run a high. One is gonna run a high, and one is gonna go for rebalancing. So this one is gonna run this high, and this one is gonna go to rebalance. Okay, so you look for a run above these highs, just like on the downside this one did. This one went down for these lows. This one just went for rebalancing. Okay, didn't go below this low. So same thing in here. This is gonna go up to rebalance, and this is gonna run for this high. Okay, so if you do get a move back down to that cross, is that a cross? It looks like a cross. Yeah, this candle inside there is something that's on the 4-hour, and then you can be a buyer here and look for price to come there. Okay, between those two, which one will I go for? Of course I'll go for this, because this have that beautiful equal high. Yeah, so if I had a gun to my head and they say choose one, this is the one I'll choose. Aussie yen. After a huge move, we are consolidating. What should happen next is going into the month of October, yen becomes weak. Okay, now most of you that have been with me for a while, you hear me mention sometimes these things where I mention that I'm either bullish on this particular pair for this particular period of time, or I'm bearish on this particular pair for this particular period of time. Those are my time based on the higher time frame. So my timing element. So everything is time and price. My time element on the higher time frame is what I'm outlining here. So in October, yen becomes weak. So in October, I'll be looking for reasons to be a buyer in yen, because we are almost, let me change this color and make this one a bit bigger and save as default. Okay, so this is September, so we are now going into October. So in October, I'll be expecting some form of a pullback, because you're bearish, some form of a pullback. So how far or where is that going to form? I'm looking at, again, if I put a fib from that high, sorry, that low to that high, you're gonna see that 70.5 level. Yeah, that 70.5 level. That's where we are bouncing off from. So we are at the level that I usually look for the buy. Because we are not in October yet, I think price might stay here. We might get back and forth, and then a manipulation, because they always do that. Okay, there's always some form of a manipulation before price goes to the direction that it needs to go to. If you've not noticed, steady price and see, you're gonna see there's always some form of a manipulation. So in here, the manipulation was here. That manipulation, after we broke back down, price never looked up again. Okay, so that is your manipulation to the upside. Once we broke down, price never looked back up again, and then we just continue to roll over. That always form. So if you're bullish, you wait for that manipulation to happen, and I don't think they've done it yet. So price might continue to do this, and then one drive down, taking out everyone who's trying to buy, and then rejection, and then we go higher. So on this pair, be patient and let the manipulation show. Once it shows itself, I think next week. So everything about my trading now is hinged on next week or Friday. Okay, on Friday, once the NFP comes out, they're gonna do the manipulation, usually NFP. So maybe they're gonna go up for NFP, and then Monday, Tuesday next week come back down, fake everyone out, and then continue going higher. Okay, if you want to be successful, understand manipulation in the market. Yeah, understand manipulation in the market. Always look for them, and once you see them, and once they've manipulated everyone out of the market, then you go in and do your business. Okay, let the manipulation happen first, and then once you see it, then you go in and start looking for your trades. Okay, so I'm waiting to see the manipulation before I start buying this pair. Okay, so this pair is going to be on the sidelines, all the yen pairs. So that applies to this one, that applies to euro yen, that applies to pound yen, and CAD yen. On CAD yen, I actually have a level down here that I'm patiently waiting for it. So all this, I'm not interested. I'm waiting here. So once they do whatever they want to do and then drive it down, that's where I'm interested in my buy. Okay, so for all the yen pairs, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some form of a manipulation to the downside. So Aussie yen, I'm looking for manipulation to the downside. New Zealand yen, same thing, I'm looking for manipulation to the downside. This look like this equal low, maybe a run below there and then a rejection, because it looks like we are on a big sideways market. Yeah, based on what I see on the 4-hour, it looks like we're on a big sideways market. So they could come back down in here and then reject and then go higher back up in here. You have some equal high sitting there as well. Yeah, this equal high. So if you see the manipulation, again, let's go back. Maybe you don't believe that we go up in October. Let's hide this. And this is October here, all the way to November to December. So that from October to December, that's your move. Let's go back in time again. October, November, December, that's your move again. All right, there. There. Let's go back in time again. This is the one that I like. Right in here. This was ultimate. I think I did trade in here. And one more and then we'll be done. And that's October. There. So you can see the power in October on the yen. Yeah, aside this month that we were already bearish and price was trading lower, but ultimately we went back up again. Okay, so in October we do see, even last year was here, and I think I traded this with most of my friends. Okay, so we're going to be looking for something like that in here. Okay, so all the yen pairs, this is the sort of move I'm anticipating. So we need to be patient and let that form, give it time for it to form down here, and then we see that. The reason why I'm doing all this high time frame is because we don't have much going on today. Okay, nothing much going on today. We're almost there. CAD yen, same thing. So Euro CAD, we are stuck in a sideways market, but I think Euro CAD is also gonna rally. We do have this equal high sitting up there, but for us to get that trade, I want us to trade above this on this up candle, sorry, this down candle in here. I want us to close above that, and then we can look for this equal high to be as our target. Okay, and why? Again, let's remove all this drawing and let's go back in time and see. October to December, that was really dead. Last year I was trading this, it was really dead, but this was really alive. 2019, sorry, 18, that was really alive, because I remember trading this long and that short. Another one in here, and then last one, then I don't do anymore. That's another October. Okay, so I'm expecting this kind of move going into this year, and it looks like we are preparing for that. So for us to be ready for it, this is your trigger, this down candle. Once we trade above it, okay, then you look for a run above this equal high. Okay, so if you have this on your chart, as soon as you trade above this down candle, first target would be this high, second target would be that high, third will be here, and then last is this equal high. New Zealand cards, I think this also might push higher. I'm not gonna go back in time. Now you've seen what I'm outlining. October is the same thing. So after this low has been run, I want to see them manipulate it to here, that level in there at least, and then reject and then start going high again. So I want to see that's what I want to see. Okay, so again, I'm watching this for a potential move back up. Aussie card, this one is a bit different, even though they don't have a lot of high time frame levels in here for me to frame off from. So it's just coming, it's gonna go off from this low. Okay, now that they've taken out that low, there could be anything that could form in here. But if you want to trade the one that has better price action, I think this will be the one to trade, because on that one I don't see any institutional level. Okay, it's all just a mess. Maybe all the way down here, that's where I see something here, but I don't know if they're gonna send price all the way down there before going back up. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so, because next week I'm expecting Aussie to start shooting up. So we do have this nice consolidation sitting up in here, which is interesting, the way they left that consolidation and came down. We have, I think we are turning around and we might see price go up there. I don't see that yet, but once I see it, I'll let you guys know. Maybe Wednesday I'll see something on this one, and then I'll let you guys know. Maybe you're gonna shoot up and then leave a down candle, and then we can use that down candle to target this equal high, because going into October I expect this pair to tear up. Yeah, we do have this high, that high. Yeah, for now this high and that high as potential target, because it will build stops above it, because these support and resistance traders will start drawing lines. I don't know where they get these lines from, but you know, let me for once be a retail trader. Is that a channel? Maybe. Yeah, that looks like a channel to me. Okay, so that's my retail idea. So I want them to be punished above that equal high, this high and that high. That will be my upside objective going into October. Okay, and Bitcoin. At this point, I don't know what it wants to do, because I was expecting it to continue going down from here, and it didn't, and we've come back to this last up candle. So my line in the sand is here. If this doesn't hold, then we're gonna come up here to this low gap. Okay, so if this up candle doesn't hold, then we're gonna come up here. and it's still bearish. Okay, it's not bullish yet. Even though it looks like it's bullish, it's not. It's still bearish. For us to be bullish, we need to close above this high, and then we can look for continuation to the upside. It's still bearish. This is just, we call it inside the range. Okay, price is traded inside the range. This is where people lose money. If you understand market structure, this is where people lose money. Yeah, if you understand market structure, this is where people lose money. Why? Because price has not broken to the upside and it has not broken to the downside. So it could keep doing this, come back down, go back up, do this. It can do that all day long, okay, and still not be bullish or bearish. But as soon as we break back down here, then we are bearish, or as soon as we break above that high, then we are bullish. Okay, go back and check price action where you've lost money. It could be that you were trading inside something like this and you were either bullish and then price came back and stopped you out and still went back up, and then you tried to sell it and then it came back down and stopped you out. Okay, this is when people lose money. So go and check. So for now, if this doesn't hold price and send it back down, then we're gonna come back up in here, and that should send price all the way back down here for a continuation to the downside, because that's our last swing high and this is our last swing low, and we've not broken above or below, so we are stuck inside the range. Gold. So on gold, I still think we're gonna come back down in here. Yeah, we took out this low and it looks like it's going into some form of a pullback, and they have left equal lows, so that's nice. I can anticipate, or I'm beginning to anticipate what they're trying to do. It could, and go, they could send it up and then come back down. That's a potential. They could send it up and come back down. I want to see what price would do in here. I want to see what price would do here. If we break above this high, then they're gonna come back up to a specific price point. Maybe this up candle, this one here. Okay, if they take out this high, we could see gold come up and then come back down again. So watch this level and this high. Okay, so watch this level, which is the low on the daily. This one here, that low. Watch that level and then this high. If we close above this high, they will be coming back up in here. So that will be your line in the sand. They have to close. Keyword, close. Once they close, we'll be looking for price to come here and then they move back down. But if we find resistance here, then we're coming back down to these downside objectives. lastly, oil is still stuck here. Last week it did find support at the down candle. Yeah, this down candle found support and rejected. So if this was a low time frame, let's say this was a 4-hour or this was a 1-hour time frame, this is what I would do. Yeah, so if this was ignore the weekly, if this was a 4-hour time frame level or 1-hour time frame, this is what I'll do, and I'll take some partial profit here, and then I'll let the rest run to go up here. Okay, if this was a 4-hour time frame, but this being a weekly is totally different. Okay, this being a weekly is totally different. So you can't position yourself something like this for this kind of trade, but you have to forget about it. Okay, like literally get in and forget about it, because it's gonna take time for price to actually fulfill this. It could take weeks, it could take months, because this is a weekly time frame. Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Based on the weekly, this is what I'm saying, that they could potentially send it up here and there. But on the lower time frame, it doesn't look anything like that. It's just noise. Okay, it price actually makes sense on the weekly. That's what I've outlined it on the weekly. So on the lower time frame, all you could do is look for run on stops and then retracement and then get in. So a run on stops, price goes up, but come back down, then you buy it. That's all you can do, and then gradually be taking profits. So if you do get a run on stops, I don't know, maybe a run on this or a run on that, run this, reject, come back down, then you buy it. Okay, goes up, comes back down, run this, reject, come back down, then you buy it for a continuation to the upside. All right, so that's essentially what I've got on oil. But if you want to swing trade it, then obviously it looks nice on the weekly. Any question, anything anyone wants to ask before I go and do other things? Anything anyone wants to ask, anything anyone wants me to look at before I disappear? Dollar is going up for now. Anytime there is presidential whatever, dollar goes up. Go back to 2016 and look at when Trump was elected. What is it? It left a long wake, but ultimately, yeah, Trump was elected in 2016, right? There it is. And then the dollar went up. So I think it's just in line with institutional order flow and high time frame analysis. So you can see why I'm expecting dollar to continue going up. From September 21st, we never look back down. We did go into retracement, of course, but since then we continue to go higher. So 21st, which was last week, I want you to go and study whenever I pull out these dates or these periods in time. I want you to go and study them. So 21st September, price has shot up. 21st September, price started shooting up, and it continued going up until when? October. And then we got that election or whatever happened on that day, and the price shot back down as retracement and then continue going higher. Everything is like a pre-programmed. They've pre-programmed everything. Nothing is new under the sun. Everything is just I don't know how to articulate it, but it's been programmed already what it needs to do. It's just waiting for time. Yeah, that's why trading, everything is time and price. They've already done what they want to do, so it's waiting for the right time for them to, maybe, like, for example, they want to bomb the UK. They've already planned it. They're waiting for the right time to set off.
Naughty. No.
Any other question? Oh, yeah, I think I have a question in here. Great session. Oh, yeah, I wanted to show you what I did with this pair this morning, this afternoon, on the 5 minutes chart. So I was looking at it, and then I saw this down candle went up, and then they sent up with this to clean out this high and then reject it. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, it looks like people try to go short here, run them out again, and then break down. So once I saw this, I went short on this down candle's low, and then I placed my stop above this high. So like I was explaining earlier, you want to be profitable, wait for price to manipulate, wait for them to kill off the stops. Yeah, wait for them to run people out of the market first and then go in. Okay, so this is an example of it. They've run 1, 2, and then last, this huge move here is the trigger. Yeah, that move there is the trigger that they wanted to sell short. So on the pullback, sell short, and then they did it same thing in here again. So for example, if I had placed my stop loss here, okay, they would have killed me. Yeah, they would have killed me off and then run lower. So once you see that, where do you sell short? The down candle. And where does your stop loss go? Above where they manipulated. Because once they've done that, they're not going to come back there again. Okay, so run stops, you sell. Run stops, they break, you sell. And then they move down, triggers you what they were trying to do. So if you did see that continuation, like for example, maybe in here, it's a small one, it's not the best one as an example, but this could be, yeah, didn't run it as much, and then a breakdown. Okay, then you sell short on this, and then your stop goes above that high. So that's what I was doing, practicing this morning. So always practice on the lower time frame. You can do it on the 1 minute chart, and it's the same thing. So you're looking for a run on stops here, that level I took here, that run on stops here, and then the breakdown, the last down candle here, you sell short. And then they did another one in here, running these highs and then breakdown. So you sell short there again. And that's where we are currently trading. Master this technique. It is the best out there. Nothing beats this. Yeah, nothing beats going in after they've run stops. Everywhere you go, there are going to be stop runs. Okay, so the art of seeing it happening and going in, that's gonna put you in a very different scale on trading altogether. Learn to identify them. Yeah, learn to identify the run on stops, because that's what it's all about, both on the high time frame all the way to the 1 minute chart, because this is a 1 minute chart. If there was a 30 seconds chart, which I can't pull it out, but if there was one, you're gonna see the same thing. This is something that repeats every single day. Every day there is this thing going on. Yeah, there's one on this one. The reason why I'm showing this is because I did take it as well. Not on the 1 minute. Here, run it, break down. Where do you sell short? There. Okay, so within the space of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 minutes. That's 1-to-1. Within 13 minutes, 1-to-1. Yeah. So learn to identify them, learn to see them, and then you can take them. So that's a free technique right there for everyone. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for another YouTube session at 2. And for the VIP members, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Okay? Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will chat later. Take care.